Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Okay, great, guys. So, yesterday we were not able to have a class, guys, because I am not feeling well, even right now as well. I'm suffering from food poisoning. That is the reason why today I'm taking the class from home itself. So, if if I'm not feeling well in the middle of the class, I might be leaving in the middle of the class itself. But I will make sure that you guys are able to attend the class itself. That is the reason why even for the Instagram bootcamp as well, I rescheduled it to 9 o'clock. And I hope so that you guys won't be having any kind of problems or something. Not COVID, I'm having food poisoning. I don't know what I've eaten or something else. But yeah, my health is not that great. But I will definitely try my best to make sure that the class are going on time itself and you guys aren't facing any kind of problems at any particular point of time. Okay, so just make sure that whatever we are learning today, you guys are able to learn it properly. Okay, I might not be that energetic today. I hope that you guys are able to understand it, and so I might not be that energetic. But I hope that whatever the things are, you guys will be able to manage with that and attend the classes on time itself. Okay, will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. The Instagram clone bootcamp will happen at 9 o'clock, but I don't think so. I will be able to take it. So I've just made sure that the entire project video that I've built, I have made sure that I've scheduled that for 9 o'clock itself. There's no attendance for the Instagram clone bootcamp. You can attend it directly at our own timing itself. Just make sure that you're completing the project. I don't want you guys to be missing out of classes due to my health issues. So I want to make sure that whatever the case is, I am always committed to the classes, and I'll always make sure that whatever happens to me as well, the classes are going on as smoothly as possible. Okay, just make sure that you guys are coming to the classes on time. I know that yesterday I was not able to take up the class. Even for me, it was pretty like new because I always try to make sure that the classes are going on time itself. Okay. Okay, guys. So, okay? So, can you guys let me know what have we studied in the first day of classes, guys? Can you guys let me know what have we studied in the first day of classes? Can you guys let me know what have we studied in the first day of classes, guys? We studied about variables. We studied about print statement. We studied about intro to Python, Python basics. Okay, rules of naming Python. Okay, great. Did we studied about the conventions? Yes, we studied about the conventions of Python as well. That's good, guys. So today we are going to continue from right over there, guys. So what I'm planning for you guys is we will first study up the basics of Python just to understand the language a little bit. Okay, so that we are fluent in the basics of Python itself. We are able to understand how we are supposed to code a little bit in Python. Once we are able to do that, I will directly jump into data visualization itself. Whatever new topics that come up right over there in Python, I will try to make you guys understand those topics right over there while learning data visualization. In that particular way, we will be able to learn a lot more faster rather than first learning the entire Python and then learning the entire data visualization, because that won't help us at all. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. And guys, I'm still not feeling well, so there will be a lot of different questions that I've already answered. So could you guys please help them out with the same itself, so that I don't have to repeat myself again and again, because I'm in no state right now to actually even take up the class. but I don't want you guys to suffer because of me not being able to take up classes. So just help them out. Okay, I've already answered all the questions related to Instagram clone bootcamp, all the questions related to this bootcamp, why I was not available yesterday. So please, guys, if somebody is asking about the questions right now, please do help them out with the answers to those questions. It would be very helpful for me. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for being so cooperative. And I might feel a bit down. Okay, I might not be that like enthusiastic about the class itself, but I hope that energetic. But I hope that you guys will be able to cooperate with me. Okay, so let's get started with the class, guys. Let's get started with the class. Let me just send a message to all the WhatsApp groups once again so that it is not getting missed. Any student who has not received the information that the class has started is able to receive the message as well. Give me a second, guys. Thank you so much, Roshan Bhaskar, for helping me out with the questions. Like, just make sure that you guys are coming to the class. Just be peaceful today. Okay, I will not be able to handle a lot today, but I will definitely try my best to answer every single question that you guys are having. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Just give me 2 seconds, guys, so that I'm able to inform the group admins to send a message once again because I don't want anybody to miss out on the classes. Okay. आशीष कुछ नहीं. हाँ मनीषा. Yeah, just send tell Vishwajit Bhaiya and all the people as well to send up one more message on all the WhatsApp groups that the class has already started. The attendance is going to be taken up live. If you're not filling up the attendance, you're not going to get the certificates as well. विश्वजीत भैया को भी बोल दीजिएगा. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so that is done. So can we watch the project video tomorrow? Yes, Arun, you can do that. Let's get started with today's class, guys. I don't want to waste any more time. I will open up Collab notebook so that we can continue from where we had left yesterday itself. In the meanwhile, it's the untitled 29 that I was using, I think so, most probably. I don't remember the exact, and I will open up the same on my tablet as well so that I'm able to see everything properly. So give me a second for that as well. Okay. Okay, so we have done with the variable naming conventions. We are also done with the variable naming rules as well. Right now, what we need to focus upon is the different data types that exist in Python. Now, you guys will be like, sir, what is a data type? Okay, so let me just open up the live chat in the meanwhile so that I'm able to see your chats as well. There's no issues whatsoever. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so I've opened up your live chat as well, guys. Okay, so let's get started right away with that. So what happens is that in Python, you guys are able to see this, that there are various different data that exist at any particular point of time. We have already seen some of these data. For example, the last time that we were using Python, we saw data that was the hello world. Okay, we had something put in quotation marks that was hello the world. Okay, this is something that we saw on our first class itself. After that, we have also seen something called as month is equals to 12. So this 12 that we were able to see right over here. There's some other kinds of data that exists as well. For example, 3.14 or 2.5. There are other kinds of data, for example, true or false values. So all this data that exists at any particular point of time, as you are able to see, these are different kinds of data. Okay, these are different kinds of data. And hence, in every single programming language, the data has been categorized into various types. Okay, so there are various different data that exists all around you. Even if you are picking up a particular, like even if you look at your keyboard itself, there are numbers, there are decimal points, there are characters right over there. So there are different kinds of decimals that different kinds of data that exists at any particular point of time. In Python as well, these are referred to as different kinds of data types that exist. The first particular data type that we are going to learn about are integers and floats. Okay, These are the first two kinds of data types that we are going to learn about. Now, as the name integers suggest, this is a mathematical name, guys. You must have heard about what are integers when you were studying mathematics in like your first, second, third, fourth, I don't know, fifth, sixth standard. I don't remember exactly, but integers are something that you guys already know about, right? So for example, -1, -45, 22, or 23, comma, 4, 5, 0, all these are called as integer values. Okay, all these are called as integer values. Your floats are basically your decimal value, guys. Floats or floating point number. Okay, floats or floating point numbers are basically your decimal values. For example, 3.14 or 2.5 or 1.01. All these are called as your floats or your floating point number, guys. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Jaiswal, if you were there in the class a bit early, you would have known. Okay, so no issues. I'll just recap it once again. I'm in no state, so I'm suffering from food poisoning right now. Due to that particular reason, I'm not able to conduct classes live. Yes, I'm in this particular class live because I cannot schedule a recorded session for that. I don't want my students to suffer because of my health issues itself. That is the reason why I'm live right over here. As far as the HTML CSS bootcamp for the Instagram clone, we have I've already created the video for that. I was going to take it live, but because of my health issues, I'm not able to do so. That is the reason why I've recorded the entire session for you guys on YouTube. That is scheduled from 9 o'clock itself. Your attendance won't be compulsory for the HTML CSS bootcamp. For this particular bootcamp, yes, your attendance is compulsory. That is the reason why I'm conducting the classes right over here. Okay, so I hope all the questions are answered right over there. And the reason for me not being able to conduct a class is due to I'm suffering for food poisoning. That is the reason why I'm at home right now. I've not even gone to office. So I hope so that you guys are able to understand. I'm able to understand the skepticism as well. For the previous 2 months, I haven't skipped a particular day of class. Every class I've taken it live. But because of my health issues, I'm not able to conduct it live. So I hope that you guys are able to cooperate with me on the same as well. Okay, so just pay attention to the class. As you are able to see, I'm not even able to be very enthusiastic or very like energetic about today's class actually. But just make sure that you guys are able to listen to me carefully itself. Okay, okay, guys, thank you so much. So right over here, as you are able to see, these are the first two types of data types that we are going to learn in today's class, guys. Okay, so integers, okay, -1, -23, 4, 5, 0. These are all integers that are there. And then you are having floats, that is floating point numbers, as you're able to see, that are called as decimal values as well. Now, if you go to the session, I will just connect it to the backend of Google Colab itself. Just give it a second so that it is able to connect with it. Once it is connected, so what I'm going to do is, for example, there are two integer values. Okay, let's create two integer values. Print 3 divided by 2. As you're able to see, 3 and 2 both are integer values, right, guys? 3 and 2 both are integer values. Am I right, guys? Please let me know. Can you guys let me know? 3 and 2 both are integer values, right? But when I'm dividing 3 and 2, I'm getting an answer. I'm getting an answer that is not quite an integer, right? The 1.5 is not an integer. It's a decimal point value itself. It's a floating point number itself. Now that is the case that I'm saying. It's not compulsory that if you're doing computation on an integer itself, then you're always going to get an integer as an answer. For example, dividing any kind of integer, okay, dividing any kind of integer, doing any kind of operations, doing any kind of division on integers itself is always going to result you into a decimal value. For example, if I'm doing it 4 divided by 2, Okay, if I'm going at 4 divided by 2, now you guys will be saying that, okay, 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 is an integer. So the answer should be an integer. But when you divide it, you will be getting 2.0. Although 2 is an integer, but 2.0, okay, but 2.0 is a decimal value, is a floating point number, guys. Please do remember this. Although 2 is an integer, but 2.0 is a floating point number. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great, guys. Awesome. So, for example, but if you try to do subtraction, okay, if you try to do subtraction on integers, you will always get an integer as the value. Any kind of other operation, subtraction, multiplication, addition, will always result in an integer value, guys. Okay, will always result in an integer value, guys. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay, the next particular thing that I want you guys to understand is a new function that I want. So for example, print. Okay, so print is an inbuilt function in Python that you were using to print something out to your screen. Okay, that you were using to print something out to your screen, guys. Okay, so similar to that is another function in Python called as the type of. Okay, called as the type of function. It basically tells you the data type of the object that it contains. Okay, so for example, type type of, okay, so okay, for those guys who are concerned with the attendance, yes, the attendance will be taken up. Okay, the attendance will be taken up, guys, but when will it be taken up, I cannot say about that. Okay, right now focus upon the class. If you are here to learn, you are most welcome. If you are not here to learn, you can leave the class itself. Okay, so right over here you are having this type function that is there. Whatever object that you want to put, let's assume I want to put 7 inside of it. Okay, what is the type of 7? So if I'm running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, it is giving me the answer of int. Okay, that the data type of the object 7 is int or integer. Okay, the data type of the object 7 is int or integer itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Similar to that, if I'm putting up the answer as 2.14 or 2.15, if I'm running this particular line of code, it is giving me the answer as float. That the data type of the object 2.15 is a float itself. That is a floating point number. So these type of things you guys need to understand. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. These type of things you guys need to understand. Give me a second, guys. Great. Okay, so the next thing that I want you guys to understand is that you can convert an integer to a float and a float to an integer as well. Okay, you can convert an integer to a float and a float to an integer as well, guys. For example, right over here, if I want to convert an integer to a float, okay, if I want to convert an integer to a float, then let's assume that I want to convert an integer, that is 3, to a float. Okay, so what will happen is that Python will just be adding 0.0 at the end. Okay, so an integer, for example, 3 is an integer. I want it to be converted into float. Okay, 3 is an integer. I want it to be converted into float itself. In that particular case, Python will just be adding 0.0 at the end. Okay, Python will just be adding 0.0 at the end. And to do that, okay, and to do that, let's create a variable called as a. A is equals to 3. I want to convert a into an float itself. So I will assign it into b. So b is equals to int. Sorry, I want to convert it into float. So float, and then in parenthesis a. Okay, and then I can print b to show you guys the same. So what I'm doing right over here is I've created a variable called as a. Okay, I've created a variable called as a that contains the value 3 inside of it. Okay, I've created a variable called as a that contains a value 3 inside of it. Okay, and then what I've done is I've converted a into a float to convert it to, so a is an integer, right? A is an integer, so a is equals to 3, so a is an integer right over here. I want it to be converted into float, guys. To be able to do that, okay, to be able to do that, I just have to write float and then in parenthesis what is the object that I want to convert into float. So that is a. So now if I'm running this particular line of code, it will print b, and as you're able to see, b is equals to 3.0. So Python just adds 0.0 at the end. Okay, Python just adds 0.0 at the end, guys. See guys, if you are not here to study, okay, you can just leave the class. If you're here just for the attendance, please do leave the class. Okay, I'm just giving you a big assurance from my end that you are not going to get the certificates. Okay, if you're here for just attendance, we have made sure that students asking for attendance every time on the live chat are not going to get the certificates. Okay, so please don't waste your time. If you're not here to study, why are you wasting 1 hour of your life? Go and play. Okay, play with your friends, watch some TV, watch some Netflix, use Instagram itself. Do not grow your knowledge. Okay, do whatever you want to do. Just why are you wasting your time? You're never going to get the certificate. That is a guarantee from mine. The students who are here to study, please let them study. Okay, even I'm not feeling well, I'm all sweaty right now, and still I'm taking up the class. So I'm giving you an assurance that you're not going to get your certificates. Just make sure that why to waste your time when I'm telling you that I'm guaranteeing that you're not going to get your certificates. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Great. So let's continue from right over there, guys. So similarly, if I want to convert a float to an integer, okay, let me create another particular variable itself, w. Okay, w is equals to 3.14. Okay, w is equals to 3.14. V is equals to int w. Okay, I'm converting w, that is a float, into a variable itself. Okay, into a variable itself. Right over here, print, and then we are going to print v. What I've done right over here is, as you're able to see, w is a float, guys. W is a float. Okay, and we are going to convert this float to an integer. To convert it into an integer itself, you just have to write int. Okay, and then with that you are having a w at inside of it. Okay, so this w, you want to convert it into an integer. What happens with Python is that whenever you are converting a float to an integer, okay, whenever you are converting a float to an integer itself, Python will just remove everything after the decimal point. Okay, it's not rounding it off. Okay, rounding it off is totally different. Okay, it's not rounding it off, it is converting it from float to an integer. And to be able to do that, it is just going to remove everything after the decimal point itself. Okay, after the decimal point itself. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that 3.14 gets converted to 3. Okay, similar to that, 3.5 is also going to be converted to 3, and also 3.89 is also going to be converted into 3. So as you're able to see, it is not rounding it off, it is just removing everything after the decimal point. Okay, it is just removing everything after the decimal point. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Is there any problems with this? Please let me know. Okay. So now what I'm going to teach you guys is very important. Okay. So why on addition and subtraction it's not giving a float number? Keshav, why should it? Okay, if you are just adding two integers, can it ever be a floating point number? No. If you're just subtracting two integers, can it ever be a floating point number? No. If you're multiplying two integers, can it ever be a decimal number? No. That is the reason why it is not giving a float as an answer. That is basic IQ. That is not even a normal question itself. Okay, just think about it. Okay, think about it. Great, guys. So next what we want, so for rounding it off, there is a statement mat.round that you can utilize it for rounding it off. Okay. So now what we are going to understand. So the next thing that I'm going to teach you guys is extremely important. Please listen to this very carefully. Okay, because this is a particular question that is being asked in interviews right now for multiple companies. Okay, this is an interview question. This is being asked in a lot of different companies right now. Even if you don't understand it, just memorize it, that at least if somebody asks you this particular question in an interview, you are able to answer that. Okay, so please listen to this very carefully. Okay, so Usman Azam, like I said, I'll just repeat myself, it is not rounding it off. Okay, it is just removing everything after the decimal point. It is not rounding it off, it is removing everything after the decimal point. Okay, so like I said, guys, the next particular thing that I'm going to teach you guys is something that is being asked in interviews very frequently right now. So please make sure that you are able to understand this. If you are aiming for a big company like maybe Google, Microsoft, Amazon, then this question is going to be asked to you a lot of different times. Okay, so please make sure you are able to understand this. Even if you're not able to understand it, memorize it. Okay, listen to me very carefully. It is very important for you guys. Okay, so the statement is extremely simple. First, let's just memorize the statement. Okay, we are not going to understand it first, we are going to understand it later on, but first let's memorize it, and I want you guys to repeat after me. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. I want you guys to repeat after me, guys. Float is an approximation to the number they represent. Can you guys repeat this after me? Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, can you guys repeat after me, guys? This is very important. I want you guys to first memorize this entire statement by heart. Okay, then we'll try to understand it later on. First, I want you guys to memorize this statement that floats are an approximation to the number they represent, guys. Okay, can you guys let me know? Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Thank you so much, Clinton George. Okay. So floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay. Now let us try to first understand what this particular statement actually means. Okay. What do I mean when I say that floats are an approximation to the number they represent? So what I mean by that is, if I am writing something, for example, 0.23, okay, 0.23 in Python. Okay, so this is a floating point number, right, guys? Okay, this is a floating point number, 0.23. So in the memory inside of Python itself, it is not stored as exactly 0.23, but a little bit greater than 0.23. 0.23 will be saved as 0.23 or something like that. Okay, at the end there will be something like 123 or something like that. Okay, so it is stored as a like it is not exactly 0.23 but an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, it is not exactly 0.23 but an approximation to the number they represent. Now first we need to identify that if this statement is true or false. Okay, first we need to identify that if this statement is true or false, then we'll try to understand why does this happen. Okay, then we'll try to understand why does this happen. First we need to understand if this statement is true or false, guys. So what I'm going to do for you guys is that I'm going to come here, I'm going to print, okay, and I'm going to add 0.23 30 times. Okay, I'm going to add 0.23 30 times, guys. So 0.23 plus Control C, Control V, and I'm just going to take this C, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30. Yes, I think so. I've added this 30 times. Okay, let me just put this in a new page itself so that you guys are also able to see this. So as you're able to see right over here, in each of these rows, okay, in each of these rows, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 0.23, right, guys? We are having 5 0.23s in each of these rows, and we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rows. So there are 30 0.23, right? There are 30 0.23. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please do let me know. I'm adding 0.23 30 times. Okay, so now according to the mathematics that we have studied from our childhood, okay, according to the mathematics that we have studied from our childhood itself, 0.23 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9, right guys? 0.23 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9. This is what I have studied from my childhood with mathematics. Okay, 0.23 added 30 times 6.9. But when I'm running this particular line of code, okay, let's do one thing. Okay, so there is another particular concept called as equal to 6.9. Okay, basically what I'm doing right over here is this particular operation, the equal to symbol. Okay, the equal to symbol that is there right over here basically checks whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not, whether the LHS is equal to the RHS or not. You're having the assignment operation, that is just the equal to sign that assigns the value on the right hand side to the left hand side. This is a equal to symbol that basically checks the equality. Okay, that basically checks the equality whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. So on the left hand side you are having 0.23 added 30 times, and on the right hand side you are having the value 6.9. According to our mathematics, this should be true, right? This should be true that okay, 0.23 added 30 times 6.9, right hand side 6.9. So both of these things, okay, both of these things should be equal. Okay, should be equal. So if I am running this particular line of code, okay, I'm running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, it is giving me a false value. Okay, it is giving me a false value. It is not coming as true, but it is coming as false. That is, the left hand side is not equal to the right hand side. Okay, the left hand side is not equal to the right hand side, guys. Okay, why is this the case? Okay, let's first see what is the answer. If it is not equal, let's see what is the answer. So I'm just removing everything and I'm just putting up, I'm printing out 0.23 added 30 times. And if I'm running this particular line of code, as you are able to see, I'm getting 6.9000000000006 at the end. Okay, are you guys able to see? This is not equivalent to 6.9, but a little bit greater than 6.9, guys. It is a little bit greater than 6.9. Are you guys able to see this? That adding 0.23 30 times is giving us, okay, is giving us a value that is not exactly equal to 6.9, but a little bit greater than that. The first thing that we have proven is that our hypothesis that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, that was our hypothesis. So that has been tested out, that yes, floats are an approximation to the number they represent. But why? That is what we are going to understand right now. But are you guys able to understand this particular statement? This is how you are going to prove that floats are an approximation to the number they represent, guys. In the interview, they will be asking you for proof. This is how you are going to prove that. Okay, up till now, if you guys are able to remember it, then we can move further with understanding why does this happen. Okay, then we can move on to understand why does this happen. Now, why does this happen is very simple, is basic mathematics itself. Okay, and that is what I'm going to teach you guys as well. So let's do one thing. Let's go back to our paint. Let's delete everything. Now, for example, there's something called, so for example, let's see, let's do a calculation. 2.3 multiplied by 2.3. Okay, 2.3 multiplied by 2.3, guys. What should be the answer, guys? What should be the answer? Can you guys let me know? If I'm doing 2.3, what should be the answer? 3 3s are 9. Okay, 3 2s are 6. Similar to that, it will be 46 right over here as well. That will be 5 2 9 right over here. Okay, so many of you, see, you don't have to understand what I've did up till now. Okay, there was nothing to understand in that as well. I just said floats are an approximation to the number they represent. You guys memorized it. I showed you an example where I proved that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Now we are trying to understand why does that happen. Okay, so up till now there was nothing to really understand about it. It was all about memorizing it. If you're not able to memorize something, there's something very wrong with you. Memorize it. Okay, this is a ideal world. It's not something that okay everything can be understood. Now we are going to understand it. Now we are going to understand it. But what I had told you guys right over there, you had to memorize it. Okay, you had to memorize it, guys. There's nothing going back and forth about it. Okay, right now what I'm going to say you, I'm going to help you guys understand why does that happen. Okay, but so from my end it's not lagging at all. Okay, it might be lagging for a minute or two, so you guys can just ignore it. From my end right now it shouldn't be lagging anymore. Okay, from my end it shouldn't be lagging anymore, guys. It might be lagging for a second or two. You guys can cope up with that. Okay, you guys can cope up with that itself. Okay, it should be like if it is just 1 or 2 seconds of lagging, you guys can cope up with that. Okay, you guys don't have to be like this. Okay, it's not lagging anymore, just be patient. Okay, great, guys. So like I said, up till now whatever I've taught you guys, you have to memorize it. Okay, it's not about like understanding it, it's about memorizing it, guys. Okay, it's about memorizing it. So once you have memorized the same, once you have memorized that okay floats are an approximation to the number they represent, we saw, okay, we saw how to make sure that the how to prove that floats are an approximation to the number they represent itself. We already learned about it. Now we are going to understand why does that happen. Okay, now we are going to understand why does that happen, guys. For those who for them who is it is buffering itself, just reload your page. Now it is not at all buffering. Just reload your page itself, guys. Okay, it's not at all buffering right now. Okay, great. So right over here what we are going to do is, so according to our calculations, okay, according to our calculations itself, 0.23 multiplied by 0.23, okay, is should be 5.29. Okay, 5.29. But how did you get this 9? How did you get this 9? If this particular number had only one decimal point, this particular number had only one decimal point, then how are you getting your answer up till 2 decimal points? That shouldn't be the case. Okay, according to our mathematics, there is a limit up till which particular decimal that you can go. And that limit is basically set by your original question itself. Okay, your original question itself. In the question, okay, in the question that is there, that is 2.3 multiplied by 2.3, the maximum decimal that you are having up till now, the maximal decimal that you are having up till now is just up till 1 decimal point. Okay, it's up till 1 decimal point, guys. It is not up till 2 decimals, it is not up till 3 decimals, it is not up till 4 decimals, it is up till 1 decimal. So your answer as well can only be up till 1 decimal. So your answer would be 5.2, and that is called as the precision of a question. That is called as the precision of a question, guys. Okay, your question, as you are able to see, is 2.3 multiplied by 2.3. Okay, your question, as you are able to see right away. Please reload your page, guys. Please reload your page. Okay, it's not buffering at all right now. Please reload your page. I'll just put it in the live chat. I don't know why people are not able to understand it. Okay, if it's bu. Okay, so now that has been handled from my end, let me just recap this once again. So 0.23 multiplied by 0.23, as you are able to see right over here. Okay, you are the question itself, the maximum decimal point that you are having in the question itself is up till a 1 decimal point itself. Okay, it is up till 1 decimal point itself. Now, if you are multiplying it, the answer cannot be up till 2 decimal points, because there is in the question itself it was not possible. Okay, it is not just possible itself for you, because your memory can only hold up till 1 decimal point. We're having just one decimal. If you are having just one place to sit at, you cannot put two people right over there. Okay, you cannot, if you have just one seat, you cannot put two people right over there. You can only put one person right over there. Similar to that right over here, in the question, there is just one decimal point. In the second particular half of the question, there is just one decimal point. So at the maximum, your answer can only contain one decimal point. You don't even know what is the second decimal point. Okay, it's not about rounding it off in any particular way. You don't know that 9 exists. Okay, you don't even know that 5.29 exists. You only know that only 5.2 exists. Okay, you only know that only 5.2 exists. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand? This is called as precision in mathematics. This is called as precision in mathematics. That you can only go to that many number of decimal places that is there within the question itself. That is there within the question itself. So for that particular reason, to make sure that the precision of any particular question is as large as possible, to make sure that the precision of any particular question is as large as like possible itself, for that particular reason, your floats are saved as a approximation to the number they represent. Instead of saving it, if it was just 0.3 it was just 2.3 multiplied by 2.3, the answer would be just 5.2. Okay, the answer would be just 5.2. But because Python saves it as an approximation, the question becomes 2.30000000000123 multiplied by 2.30000000000123, and hence the answer that you are able to get is 5.29 something something. Okay, that is the reason why you are able to get the answer to a precision that you wanted, to the number of decimal points that you wanted. Due to that particular reason itself, your numbers are stored as an approximation to the number they represent. And the answer that why does that happen is just one term, that is precision. Okay, that is just one answer, that is precision itself. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Please don't confuse mathematics with Python. Okay, Python is a programming language. It's not your plain old mathematics. Don't confuse your concepts. This is exactly in a new concept itself. This is what happens within your computer. Okay, this is what happens within your computer, and to be able to fight with that, Python has taken up a new particular approach, that is floats are like represented as an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, this is not something that you will be able to learn in any particular course. Even I got to know about it when people started, like companies started asking questions, and I had to go through various textbooks on Python to be able to understand why this happens. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that you guys are able to understand it. That is the reason why that I want you guys to first understand three particular things. First, remember these three particular things. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, the example that I used to make sure to how to prove that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. And the last particular thing is the reason why is that the case. The reason is precision. Okay, if you are not able to listen to me, this is the YouTube video. You can just scroll back and listen to me once again. Like I said, I'm in no position right now to repeat myself again and again. Okay, so you can just reverse it back and listen to me once again. You will be able to understand it. Okay, now that has been covered up, let me give you a googly. So in cricket, there is a type of bowling that is there, which is called as googly. Okay, that is, you see the ball going into one particular direction and it automatically moves in the other direction itself. Okay, so up till now what we have heard is floats an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, let me change the question a bit. Okay, let me change your question a bit. Instead of writing 0.23 added 30 times, I'm going to change the question. I'm going to do 0.23 multiplied by 30 times. Is it the exact same question, guys? Please let me know. 0.23 multiplied by 30, yes, it's the exact same thing as 0.23 added 30 times. Okay, according to our old mathematics, that we have learned from our childhood. Okay, 0.23 added 30 times is equivalent to 0.23 multiplied by 30. So I will just check whether this is equal to 6.9 or not. According to what we have studied up till now, is that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, so 0.23 multiplied by 30 should not be equal to 6.9. The answer for this particular statement should be false. The answer for this particular statement should be false, right? Because floats are an approximation to the number they represent. So if we are running this particular line of code, we should be seeing false, but we are getting true. This is a googly. Up till now, whatever we have learned is going in the exact opposite direction. What is happening right over here and why is it happening? Okay, that is what we need to understand. Whatever we have learned up till now is all true. Okay, is all true. But what happens in this particular statement is Python does an optimization. Now, what is multiplication? What is the definition, the core definition of multiplication, guys? Multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition. Please focus on the term repeated. Okay, multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition. Okay, do you guys remember that? If you guys don't know what is the multiplication as well, then yeah, you are not suitable for this particular boot camp, but still multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition. Okay, so what do you mean by repeated addition, guys? Means the same thing added again and again and again and again and again. Now, when I was adding 0.23 30 times, you were able to see that I was adding 0.23 30 times. Okay, the original question that was there. 0.23 added 30 times. Okay, you were able to see that we are doing 0.23 added 30 times. But if I'm giving you blinds, okay, if I'm giving you blind right over here, okay, just put a blind like this around your face. Now you have become Python. Okay, if you put a blind around your face like this, your hands around your face like this, now you can call yourself Python. Python can only see two numbers at a time. Okay, Python can only see two numbers at a time, guys. Okay, so right over here, guys, I don't know if this particular DevTown is an original DevTown or not. I'm just going to remove him from the live chat itself. I don't think so that is an original DevTown account. I'm just going to block him. That is not an original DevTown account, guys. I think so somebody is doing a prank on us. No issues. So according to Python, okay, if you put up a blind around your face, now you have Python. Okay, Python can only see two numbers at a time. So if you are seeing this right over here, okay, if you are seeing this right over here, 0.23 plus 0.23 plus 0.23 plus 0.23. So Python is only able to see this at once. Okay, Python is only able, if you put blinds and look at it right over here, Python is only able to see 0.23 plus 0.23. Okay, so 0.23 plus 0.23, 0.46. Now what it sees is 0.46 plus 0.23. These are two separate numbers. According to Python, these are two separate numbers. So it is not doing any kind of optimization that is there. Okay, it is not able to do any kind of optimizations right over here. Okay, it is just able to see two particular numbers. So 0.460000000123 plus 0.23000000000123 right over here, and it will add both of them completely. It will add both of them completely, guys. Okay, it will add both of them completely. It will not even skip anything right over there. It will just add both of them completely. Okay, that due to that clear reason, every time it is performing addition, it is also adding up the decimal points as well. It is also adding the approximation that Python has put up, this 0.0000123 that is there. Python is adding that up every single time, and hence your answer is coming up as 6.900000006, because the approximation is also getting piled up. The approximation is also getting added up right over there. But when it comes to multiplication, itself, you are having 0.23 multiplied by 30. Now we know that multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition. Okay, multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition itself. So Python is able to perform an optimization right over here. Python initially itself understands that we are going to do addition. we're going to add the exact same number over and over and over. So due to that particular reason, every time that I'm adding two numbers, 0.23 plus 0.23 is equals to 0.46, I'll just remove the entire decimal points. I'll remove the entire approximation. So it would be 0.23 0.23 right over here. Adding both of them up, it should be 0.00000000246. I will remove everything up right over here. I will remove everything up right over here and replace it by 0.00000000123, the original approximation. Okay, the original approximation. For those guys who are totally confused by this concept, you will have to rewatch the entire video to understand it. Okay, because if even for a second you were not paying attention to me, I'm guaranteeing you that you won't be able to understand this particular concept. Okay, you won't be able to understand this particular concept. Okay. 123 plus 123 is 268. How is that the case, Gargi? Okay, so in that particular way, every time that it is adding it up, it is removing the approximation and putting a new approximation right over there. In that particular case itself, it is able to ignore, okay, it is able to ignore the entire decimal points, the entire approximation itself, okay, entire approximation itself. That is the reason why. Okay, that is the reason why you are having this type of optimization that is there for multiplication, but there is no kind of optimization for addition itself. Okay, so this is the optimization, guys. The optimization is because Python knows, okay, that it is going to perform repeated addition. Because Python knows that it is going to perform a repeated addition itself, due to that particular reason, it every time that it adds two numbers, it removes the approximation and inserts the default approximation itself. Whatever the addition results the numbers in will remove the approximation and replace it with the original approximation itself. Okay, so that is the optimization that Python performs for multiplication. Okay, because it is able to understand what it is doing. Okay, so for today I want you guys to just see, this is extremely important, this topic is extremely important. This, like, in 10 of the different interviews that you're going to give, 9 of the interviews related to Python are going to ask you this particular question. Okay, this is so important right now. In 9 of these interviews, you are going to be asked this particular question, and nobody is going to teach you this particular concept, because frankly, you have to like read a book to understand this concept itself. Even I didn't know about this concept. I had to read a book to understand it. Okay, that is the reason why I'm trying to make you guys aware about this, because in an interview, you guys will be getting the question like this and you won't be able to answer it. So I am telling you guys, please rewatch today's video once again. Try to understand this entire concept. Okay. That's right, Bakshi, that I'm repeating myself again and again, the exact same thing for the previous hour, and still 90% of the people are not able to understand. That's good that you are able to understand. That means that you are great. Okay, then if you are able to understand, please help the students out in the live chat to understand as well. I will suggest that for you. If you are able to understand, please help the other students out as well. Okay, because I am able to see, for me it's a pretty simple concept. Okay, but to be able to understand others, that is much more important, because everybody will be asked this particular question in the interviews, and if they are not able to answer, then what's the point of me teaching? Okay, so please make sure. So Bakshi will be making everybody understand this particular concept in the live chat. So for those who are not able to understand, please contact Mr. Bakshi, and he will be making everybody understand that right now in the live chat. Okay. I don't know whether it happens in C or not, but knowledge winner, if it happens in C, that's great. I have not seen that up till now. Okay. Okay. Bakshi, and make Kushagra understand this, man. Kushagra is we just waiting for you to understand this particular concept, Bakshi. Please help him out. Okay. In the meanwhile, guys, for those who are interested to learn Python a little bit more, I will suggest you a book for learning Python. That is the book that I also followed. It is one of the best books that is out there. Okay. So check this particular books out. Mm, Automating the boring stuff with Python. Okay, so this is one of the best books that is there out there right now related to Python, guys. Even like it is a pretty old book. I'm not saying it's a new book, but for me, it was one of the first books that I ever used for learning Python, and it is great, guys. It is really good. I'm going to create a YouTube like tutorial itself doing the entire book. Okay, so if you guys are interested in that, I will be creating a YouTube series on just going through the entire book and coding everything and teaching you guys from the book itself directly. So try to do that. Okay, try to do that. This is one of the best books for Python. Please don't buy the book. Okay, don't be fools. Okay, just automate the boring stuff with Python PDF. Just search for that. You'll get a free PDF for that. If you are not even willing to do that, you can just go to pdfdrive.com. You can just download the entire book from right over here for free. Okay, so this is one of the best books for Python, guys. If you ever need any recommendations for any kind of books that you guys want, you can always ask me. I will always help you guys out with the same. Okay, I always preferred books over everything else, but the point is like not everybody is able to read through a book. Okay, so that is the reason why. But do check this book out. It's great. Okay, and please don't buy the book. It's extremely costly. Do not waste your money. Just download the free PDF out of it. Okay, yeah, like I said, just download the free PDF. Okay, the PDF will be available on pdfdrive.com. It is a free book that is there. Do not purchase the book. Do not burn your money. Okay, okay, guys. Multiplication is repeated addition, while a float is an approximation to the number they represent. This is what we should be knowing, right, sir? Right, of course. And just remember the examples. Okay, if you don't even do this, is there a free PDF available for this? Okay, guys, man, like you asked. Okay, I will not be answering that particular question. You are doing computer science right now. If you're not able to find a free PDF, you should just drop out of a computer science. Okay, it's not for you. It's as simple as just searching on Google. Just do a little bit of Google itself. Okay. Which is the best for C language? Do not get any books for C language. Do not even study C language. It is just for your college examinations. Okay. Just preparing for your college examinations. Just learn whatever your professor is asking. C language is not going to be asked in any kind of interviews itself. It is of no use. If you want to learn a language, learn either C++ or Java. If you want to get into data science, data analytics, deep big data, all these kind of different structures, AI, machine learning, go with Python. If you want to go with like web development and all these kind of stuff, app development and everything, go with JavaScript. That will be my suggestion. Okay. Okay, I'm not able to teach for a longer period of time. I will show you guys the attendance for today, guys. My back is already hurting, and I think so I need to puke a bit more. Okay, like I said, I'm not at all feeling well, but don't worry, I will take up the classes on time. Nevertheless, I will make sure that yesterday I was not able to take up the class due to my own health issues, but even today I'm not feeling well, but I will be taking classes regularly. You don't have to worry about it. Just make sure that you are attending the classes on time from tomorrow onwards. Right now you are going to have, so as soon, okay, so please listen to me very carefully. As soon as I'm giving you this particular attendance link, you are going to have 10 minutes to fill out the attendance. Okay, you're going to have 10 minutes to fill out the attendance, guys, not a single minute more. So please make sure that, so please listen to me. Are you guys listening to me carefully? You're going to have 10 minutes to fill the attendance, guys. Okay, please listen to me very carefully, guys. Please respond back if you are able to listen to me carefully. You're going to have 10 minutes, just 10 minutes to fill out the attendance. If you're not able to fill out the attendance in 10 minutes, then you're not going to get the attendance as well. Okay, just 10 minutes. Okay, listen to me carefully. Don't come back at a later point of time telling me that, sir, I was not able to fill out the attendance. You have 10 minutes. It's just the link. Open it up, fill your attendance. Okay, as simple as that. So I'm providing you guys the attendance link in the live chat right now. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 39. Okay, 8:39 the attendance link will be closed. Okay, at 8:39 the attendance link will be closed, guys. At 8:39, the attendance link will be closed. Set an alarm for 8:39. Okay, I've also set up my alarm as well. The attendance will be closed at 8:39, guys. Okay, the attendance link will be closed at 8:39. Please fill out your attendance on time, otherwise you will not be able to get the certificate. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll meet again at 7:30 tomorrow itself. Okay, I will be like going further from right over there. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a good day. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.